Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm showing my latest make with you, which is Simplicity 9240, and I've made it as a festive jumper. So first things first, I want to apologise if I'm saying festive a little bit too early for anyone, but certainly here in the UK, the dark nights are on their way, whether we like it or not, and I'm definitely starting to feel a bit more cosy, wanting to put my candles on, get under the blankets, watch some good TV, and Baby Lock actually asked me to take part in a campaign of theirs. It was a festive stitch campaign where you use your overlocker or cover stitch machine to create some lovely decorative stitches on a Christmas jumper. So it was just a great opportunity really to try something different. And when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, you know, I'm not really sure if I want to do that project particularly. I wasn't feeling massively enthused, if I'm honest, but I decided to embrace it. And when I did, I had such a whale of a time making this jumper, because it wasn't just sewing a garment, it was all the sort of textile design that came with it. So yeah, definitely recommend like trying something different, having a play around with textiles, different stitches. If it's not something you usually do, I honestly really enjoyed it. I spent a whole day just experimenting, testing, learning, and then sewing the garment together actually was like really quick, took no time at all. The other apology I want to make is I look incredibly dishevelled today. It's been a really long day today. I'm still at work, far too late. So yeah, if I do look a bit dishevelled, just ignore that, and also ignore the fact that I'm wearing my leggings. I would normally wear this with my jeans, but yeah, this is the jumper. So the way that I created it, I used my Baby Lock Aspire, which is there. I finally got one. We kept selling out, and we finally got enough stock that I could have one. But I used my Baby Lock Aspire to create the lines going across the jumper. So you've got, these are flatlock stitches where you get like a lovely overlocker sort of decorative stitch, or you can have a ladder stitch depending on which side you sew it on. And then the little thin line is a chain stitch. So all of those were done on my Aspire, and I just practiced on scraps of fabric until I was happy with the results and I knew what I wanted to do. And then I did it on the real thing. I think I marked it on with chalk where I wanted the lines to go, and that just dusted off really easily. And the sort of fancy stitches are sewn on the Aspire with Madeira Glamour threads, I think they were. So we sell quite a wide range of decorative threads. These are classed as embroidery threads, but we also do Decorative threads, which are like a thicker thread, and you can play around with all these different threads on your overlocker and your cover stitch and get lovely results. We stock them all on our website, so I'm going to pop links in the description for you, but I'm also going to do a tutorial for you that's pretty much recorded, and we will release that after this video. So if you're interested in how to do some of these things, you will be able to, you know, watch a tutorial on that. So that was how I created these lines that sort of go across the jumper. And the idea was that it was supposed to be like fairy lights being sort of draped across the front of the sweatshirt. And then the little gold stars I embroidered because I've been very lucky, and I've also had a new sewing machine. So Pfaff just brought out a brand new range of machines, Expression machines, the 715, the 725 and the 750. The 15 and the 25 are straightforward sewing machines, and the 50 is a combination sewing and embroidery machine. So I used that. This was my first project using that, and I embroidered all these gorgeous gold stars onto the sweatshirt, and again I just absolutely loved doing that. I used our Madeira threads, I think, for the stars as well. But yeah, I'm going to pop a link to the machine for you as well in case anyone's interested in that, but it is absolutely amazing. I'm loving it so much. But yeah, so that was really a big part of the project, was creating this front panel. One top tip I've got, if you are embroidering designs onto the front of a garment like I was, Don't cut it out first, you know, mark with chalk the outlines of where your pattern piece are going to finish. Because that will then allow you to hoop the fabric and get closer to the edges. If you cut the fabric out, you won't be able to get designs as close to the edges, because obviously, you know, the entire hoop needs to be covered in fabric. So yeah, that's just a bit of a tip there. But yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with it. I had a whole heap of fun creating that front panel. Using all these different techniques and things, and I just think, yeah, sometimes it's nice to branch out beyond what you normally do. And actually, I feel like I've ended up with a really wearable garment. I feel like I will wear this a lot in the autumn winter, especially to work, but then also whenever people say, oh, we're wearing Christmas jumpers, I'm always like, I haven't got a Christmas jumper, so this year, whoever invites me to whatever, I've got a Christmas jumper, so I'm pretty pleased about that. The pattern itself is a unisex pattern. It was a great pattern as well, I have to say. So it's got raglan sleeves. So that's really good for sort of fitting in the arm, sort of shoulder area. If you have problems there, a raglan sleeve can just make life a lot easier, because you've not got to get that sort of seam sitting on the shoulder as much. Obviously you can make a drop shoulder as well, but I do find a raglan's great for people who've got issues like I have, where I have fit issues around like my upper back and my shoulder area. But yeah, it's just got the raglan sleeves, a front piece, a back piece, and then you've got your neckband. There's a band to finish the hem and bands for the cuffs. And then you've also got other options as well. There's an option where you can just finish it with a normal hem and feed some elastic through. There were some alternative cuff options as well. And it is a unisex pattern. So it goes up to a size extra large, which is a 46 to a 48 chest. I made the small because that was a 30, I think it was 32 to 34 or 34 to 36, but the pattern's on our website as well, so you can find the pattern, the fabric, the threads, the machines I'm talking about, everything on our website. I'll pop links in the description for you. But yeah, the lion's share of the time went on just creating this front panel and messing around with all the stitches, and then constructing the garment was super easy. I can't remember exactly the order, but I think what you did was you got your shot. I think you somehow, can't remember exactly how you sewed the raglan sleeves onto the top to create the neckline, so that you could then attach your neckband. And then your underarm seam and your side seam. Yeah, so that's what you did. You just sewed, I think you sewed the raglan sleeves in flat into the front and the back body, so that was really easy. And then you got your neckband on, and then you just folded the front and the back right sides together and sewed the underarm seam all the way down the side seam like you normally do on a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, and then it was just a matter of attaching the cuffs and attaching the hemband, or hemming it in whichever way you wanted to. And honestly, the construction took me probably like an hour max. It was really easy. I did it all on the Aspire, which obviously helps because it's always easier sewing knits and things on overlockers. But yeah, that was the project. Super simple construction, but the time and effort and love was poured into creating all these fancy stitches, doing a bit of embroidery, and just making something totally different to what I normally would. So I'd love to hear what your plans are. Have you got any sort of festive type makes on the agenda? Are you thinking of making some clothes like I have, or are you going to be making gifts for people, or is it going to be decorations for the house? I'd love to hear from you, love to hear your thoughts, and love to hear your thoughts about all the fancy stitches. And I cannot wait to bring you that tutorial. I think it's really going to open your eyes to all the different things that you can do with an overlocker. It's not just for finishing seams, you know, it's not just for constructing garments. You can get really creative with it as well and create so many lovely decorative stitches and just bring a whole new element to your sewing projects. So yeah, I'll look forward to sharing that with you soon. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.